Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the most pandemic novel coronavirus and its target proteins, especially envelope proteins. Coronavirus belongs to the family of Coronaviridae. They are enveloped virus with positive sense single-stranded RNA genome. The genome size is about 26 to 32 kilobases. It has the largest genome of all RNA viruses. Animal coronavirus was able to infect humans and produce severe acute respiratory syndrome, causing a near pandemic. Such events are likely to reoccur in future, and hence it is necessary to know more about coronavirus and new way to battle its infection. The structure of coronavirus consists of spike protein, envelope protein, membrane protein, and nucleocapsid protein. Let us now discuss about the mechanism of replication of coronavirus. The first step is binding of spike protein to host cell receptor, namely ACE2 receptor, which is mainly found in type 2 alveolar cells. The next step is translation of polyproteins. The RNA genome of coronavirus has 7 genes that are conserved in 5' to 3' direction. The two-thirds of genome covered by ORF1A and ORF1B, which produces polyproteins 1A and polyproteins 1AB. Further processing of these polyproteins results in formation of non-structural proteins such as NSP3, NSP4 and NSP6, and structural proteins such as RNA polymerase and helicase. Non-structural proteins are responsible for coronavirus replication in intracellular endoplasmic reticulum membrane to form double membrane vesicles. Helicase and RNA polymerase localized into endoplasmic reticulum results in production of transmembrane structural proteins such as envelope protein, membrane protein, and nucleocapsid proteins, which are transported to endoplasmic reticulum Golgi intermediate compartment. Once the final virion assembly occurs in intermediate compartment, the vectored virion released via smooth-walled vesicles by exocytosis. From this discussion, it is clear that these structural and non-structural proteins may serve as a target and play an important role in drug design perspective. Let us now briefly discuss about envelope protein. SARS-CoV-2 is an enigmatic short integral membrane protein of 76 amino acids ranging from 8.4 to 12 kilodalton. The primary and secondary structure of envelope protein has a short hydrophilic amino terminus consisting of 7 to 12 amino acid residues followed by hydrophobic transmembrane domain consisting of 25 amino acid residues, and ends with long hydrophilic carboxyl terminus. The residues in red color indicates hydrophobic nature, and residues in blue color indicates hydrophilic nature, and residues with asterisk symbol indicates polars and charged residues. Coronavirus distinct from other virus in that they bud into endoplasmic reticulum Golgi intermediate compartment, from where they acquire membrane envelope and ultimately release infected cells. Envelope protein localized to endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex, where it participates in assembly, budding, and intracellular trafficking of infectious virions. Let us now see the structure of envelope protein. It is a pentameric ion channel protein which are called as viroporins, mainly involved in channel activity, which consists of C-terminus, N-terminus, and transmembrane domain. Let us now see the single conserved structure of targeting Golgi complex signals. It consists of amino terminus, which are colored in blue, and carboxy terminus, which are colored in red. It also contains transmembrane domains, which are selected here. The substantial portion of transmembrane domain has two non-polar residues such as valine and leucine, which impart strong hydrophobicity to the envelope proteins. The binding motif of envelope protein found to have PDZ domain, that is postsynaptic density protein 95, Drosophila dislodged tumor suppressor, Zonula occludin 1 protein, and protein binding motif in last 4 residues in C terminus, which are colored green. This terminus is important for protein-protein interaction. Thus, mutation of conserved residues in these terminus or deletion of certain domains will disturb the targeting of coronavirus envelope protein to Golgi complex and thus leads to attenuated coronavirus. The mutation of envelope protein can be done through various methods. The first one is post-translational modification. Mutation of amino acid residues during post-translational modification such as palmitoylation, myristylation, glycosylation and ubiquitination reduces virus-like particle formation. The second method is by protein-protein interaction. Co-localization and interaction of membrane and envelope protein is well established and sufficient for virus-like particle production and is mediated by C-terminus. By deleting the C-terminus domain in both protein, which reduces the virus-like particle formation. Coronavirus is unique in formation of homotypic interaction, which allows to generate ion channel protein viroporin. Mutation of transmembrane domain residues such as asparagine 15 to alanine and valine 25 to phenylalanine found to abolish ion channel capability. By mutating E protein by all this way, we can reduce the virus-like particle formation. Thus, I come to conclusion there are currently no effective therapies for human coronavirus infection and existing or generally symptomatic treatment and supportive care. Antiviral candidates either exhibit harm or spectrum of activity, effective only at high dosage and cause side effects and immune suppression. Thus, few studies investigated potential of recombinant vaccines lacking envelope protein as attenuated vaccines with promising results such as robust immune response. Although a lot of progress has made on this envelope protein, there is still much more to be discovered about this small enigmatic protein. Thank you.